Hey gang, Will here from the Ashland Fly Shop, and thanks so much for tuning in to our fishing report for the first of November. So, November is an awesome time here in Southern Oregon, and we kind of consider it our secret season in a way because it gets pretty quiet. We have a lot less bookings for guided trips, which kind of confounds us a lot of times. But the road becomes a pretty quiet place, and but there's still quite a few fish around, and we still continue to see new fish come in. So what a crazy week it's been. Week and a half, 2 weeks has just been really wild. We've had some of the biggest October rains that we've ever had. We've seen the river levels kind of jump all over the place, and it's still high in some areas, but the upper section of the river that we talk about a lot has definitely come down to a comfortable flow. It's about 2,000 at Dodge. It's about 15 coming out of the dam. So it's definitely a bit high for this time of year. But that's kind of nice too. It keeps the system moving. It keeps fish moving. It keeps them coming in. So guides are reporting not quite the catches that we've seen in the last like week, maybe going back a week and a half, but still some great fishing going on out there. You know, fish landed a day, couple fish landed a day. Several fish hooked. Nymphing certainly doing a bit better than that. With multiple hookups and multiple fish landed. So we've got fish in the system, and it's a good time to get out there. Again, it gets pretty quiet. Up here this time of year. So it's a really nice place to be. Couple regulations change. So from the dam, from the hatchery down through the town of Shady Cove, it is again open for bait. So catch and release regulations, or not catch and release, but fly only regulations are off in that section of the river for the remainder of the year. Continuing from Shady Cove down, we do have those fly fishing regulations in place until the first of the year. So a lot of good water there. It's still easy to fish that upper section of the river with flies. Again, we just don't see a ton of traffic up there. So if you love fishing up there, I wouldn't be a deterrent at all. So a lot of good stuff happening on the Rogue, and we'll continue till really around the first of the year, depending on rains and stuff. So Klamath in Northern California, we really like to keep an eye on what's happening down there. We fish down there quite a bit. Again, same story, lots of big rains, but 1,000 CFS coming out of the dam, so that whole upper section of the river should be in pretty good shape at around 1,000, 1,200, 1,300 CFS down through the I-5 section, down through the Shasta River kind of area and down there. Down further, I think it's pretty high. It's still pretty high. I know it's really high down at the extreme lower end of the river. Not a great season on the Klamath. Kind of similar to what we were seeing on the Columbia system. Just not a lot of fish. Not a lot of fish in the system this year. We're sorry to see that. We hate to see that. A lot of speculation as to why that could be. Low salmon numbers, but the steelhead numbers look pretty slow. I feel that similar to the Rogue, we might see some nice adult, like nice bigger fish. Maybe not a high number of them, but we might see them around. And then another thing to keep in mind too is the upper section of the river from I-5 up, that sort of walk around section up there, that tends to always have a fair number of fish in it. So I'm going to keep a close eye on what's going on down there. I personally like to fish down there a lot this time of year and even into the first of the year and beyond. So I'll keep reporting on what's going on down there for the upper Klamath. And that's kind of what's happening right in our immediate area here. We're starting to really tune into the coast and what's happening down there. Fall Chinook are showing up on some smaller systems, and the steelhead will be right behind them. So tough to hit that right, but can be some great fishing on the coast. Trout fishing, NorCal's, I think still rolling on pretty good, but getting kind of cold and getting into late season down there. So, but that's what we're doing, and we'll keep you tuned in to what's happening. As always, feel free to call the shop. Happy to touch base with you about what we're seeing out there. But always appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much.